Good morning everyone, my name is Alice and today I will present about the deforestation in Amazon rainforest. So this is the table content which include background, storytelling, carbon credit future value, carbon credit future derivative market, challenge, and the conclusions. So first of all, I will talk about the background and the sustainability development goals that I choose is SDG 13, which is climate action. So nowadays, climate change has become one of the most pressing global challenges which impact ecosystem, economy, and community worldwide. The aim of this goal 13 is to take urgent action to combat climate change and its impact, which call for both mitigation and adaptation strategies to our climate to curb global warming. Through innovation and adherence to our climate commitments, we can have a chance to protect our planet and also may provide hard opportunity to modernize our infrastructure at the moment, which also will create new jobs and promote greater prosperity across the globe. So, what happened in the Amazon that caused the deforestation in 2022 to 2023? So, in 2022, deforestation in the Amazon rainforest reached alarming levels, which making one of the worst years on record. An estimated 1.98 million hectares, which approximately 4.89 million acres of forest were cleared, which represents a 21% increase from 2022 and the second highest annual loss since 2004. The main drivers of this surge include the expansion of cattle ranching, which require largest area of land for grazing, and agriculture development, which particular for crops like soybeans and corn. Additionally, illegal mining, especially gold mining, which continue to be a significant cause of forest destructions, as the infrastructure development which involve constructions roads that provide access to previously removed forest area. This activity will concentrate in regions of the Brazilian Amazon, which particular along rocks, the soil erosion in the southeast Bolivian Amazons, and near protected areas in the northwest Colombian Amazon. So here is the problem that caused deforestation happen in Amazon rainforest. The first, agriculture expansions such as soyas, and the second is cattle ranchings, and the second problem caused the deforestation is illegal logging. So for the agriculture expansions, one of the biggest producers of soybeans worldwide is Brazil, and much of this crop is grown in the Amazon regions. As the global demand for soya increase, larger stretches of rainforest are cleared to make way for soybean plantations. Brazil is also the largest exploiter of beef, and cattle ranching is a major driver of deforestation. Cattle farmers often clear land in the Amazon to create grazing places, which lead to the destruction of larger parts of the forest. The second problems, illegal logging, such as unregulated logging. It remains rampant in the Amazon, especially in protected areas, and this unsustainable timber harvesting will deplete valuable tree species. This may cause the soil erosion and destroy the forest ability. So the next, I will talk about the carbon credit future. Carbon credit future is one of the solutions that choose to reduce the deforestation in Amazon rainforest. It is a certificate or permit that represents the reductions of 1 metric ton of CO2 emissions. Companies or governments can commit to purchase carbon credit in advance, which can encourage in preservation of rainforests. Carbon credit futures are financial derivatives which allow buyers and sellers can trade and underwrite a specific debt for a specific price. So For a carbon credit future value, the first, I will talk about the environmental impact. So, through preservation the Amazon rainforest, carbon credit future have played a crucial role in lowering the global greenhouse gas emission. The ongoing conservation project funded through carbon credit sales will directly contribute to stabilizing the carbon balance and preserving biodiversity. Additionally, carbon credit future also align closely with the ESG, which is environmental, social, and governance, by promote the sustainable practice and fostering the protections of vital ecosystem like the Amazon rainforest. The environmental aspect of ESG is reinforced as this carbon credit future directly contribute to the reductions of greenhouse gas emission, which make it an essential element in achieving broader environmental sustainability goals. The second value is utility. So for business, carbon credit future allow the company to fix the price at a specific date and also allow them to haggle against future price increase, which enable them to more accurate forecast costs and budget for the sustainability efforts. This may reduce the risk of sudden price hikes, which may otherwise strain corporate budget. The last value is market demand. The increasing of number of companies and countries that there are striving to meet climate commitments and set net zero as their target, which under the Paris Agreement and other international agreements, the increase of demand for the carbon credit future. This aligns with the environmental pillar of ESG framework, as companies seek to mitigate their environmental impact and contribute to global sustainability goals. By investing in carbon credit, these organizations fulfill their environmental obligations, which are advancing in their ESG strategy. For the carbon credit future derivative market, the first is derivative contract, such as future contract, and this type of contracts is represent the obligations of buyer to purchase and a seller to deliver carbon credit at a predetermined price and time in the future. This type of contract will be standardized based on specific quantity of carbon credit, such as 1 metric ton of CO2 offset per contract. The second contract is option contract. It will give market participants the right but not the obligation to buy or sell carbon credit at a specific price before a set expiration date, which offering flexibility and a hanger against volatile carbon price. The last type of contract is swaps, and swaps could allow for the exchange of carbon credit at fixed rate over a set period. For instance, a swap might involve one company providing carbon credit in exchange for a consistent string of payment based on a fixed rate or premium. The second derivative market is price discovery. So the price of carbon credit future is determined by the supply and demand. For example, if deforestation rate rise, the demand of carbon credit also increase, which the price may also reflect in this higher demand. Conversely, if there have successfully deforestation, it may lead to the price drops due to there have largest supplies of credit. So one of the models that calculate the price of carbon future is to use the cost of carrier model, which commonly applies to future pricing. So the last for the derivative market is risk management. So for the first is hedging. For the company who have high emissions can hedge against future carbon price increase by purchase the carbon credit future contract. This is because they can lock the price for the carbon offset in advance, and this may protect the companies from potential future price volatility. The second, environmental and legal risks. Regulatory oversight will be crucial to mitigating these risks. The success of carbon credit future is tied to the implementations of effective and verified emissions reductions projects. There is a risk that credits may not represent actual emission reduction if verification processes are weak or unreliable. So, here have some challenges that associate with the idea. The first is market liquidity. So, the market for carbon credit future may face the problem initially that lack liquidity because it makes time for companies to adopt the system. The lack of liquidity could result in price volatility, and this may make business difficult to predict their future carbon offset costs. The second, environmental risks. If the carbon credit future doesn't significantly respond in decrease the deforestation rate, or it may have flagged in the verification system, there may be skepticism from the organizations which invest in it about the effectiveness of the market. This could undefine the confidence in carbon credit future and broader climate action goals. The last, economic barriers for small producer. So, carbon credit future may represent high costs to the small farmers, which may pass an economic burden that requires substantial upfront costs such as register with the certificate body, paying for environmental audits, and others. This may discourage them from participating due to most of them lack the financial capacity to bear these costs, even though they are engaged in sustainable practice. Furthermore, this could widen the gap between largest company and small producer, which potentially exacerbating inequalities. As a conclusion, I have learned that the preservation of critical ecosystems like the Amazon is not just a moral responsibility, but an essential action for the well-being of both the environment and humanity. Without immediate action to curb deforestation and protect national habitats, the consequence will be dire, not just for the Amazon, but for the global climate sustainability, biodiversity, and the livelihoods of communities that depend on this ecosystem. Our actions today have a lasting impact on the planet and also to the future generations. When we neglect to protect the environment, we risk depleting this resource, disrupting ecosystem, and accelerating climate change, which in turn can lead to adverse effects such as extreme weather events, loss of biodiversity, and the negative health outcomes. So, protect our forests, preserve our future. That's all for me. Thank you.